Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Firefly Tarot. We're going to be doing the weekly guidance reading today. Sorry if the stand is a little shaky. I'm waiting for my new stand to come in. The other one broke right before my last reading. So I have here the 4 different types of selenite for our pick a card. What do you need to know this week? So any predictions and guidance, please only watch this if you feel called to it, as always. And if you'd like a personal reading rather than this general one, my link for the personal readings is below. Okay, so here we have the 4 different types of selenite. I'm not sure if I'm getting the names right, but I'll just, you'll be able to see in the options. The timestamps are in the description and in the comments. So group number 1, I'll just call this the Tower for the selenite. That's group 1. Oh, and this is the energy oracle I'm going to be using first. Group 2, I'll just call this the Block. Group 3, I'll say Palm Stone. And group 4, I'll just call this the Rod. It's like a mini rod. Okay. So just, you can pause if you need to, take as much time as you need. And whenever you guys are ready, I will see you at your reading. Hey guys, this is the reading for those of you who chose group number 1, which is the little tower here. I think I'm just going to start off with a regular starting message for you guys. And then I'll be looking at how you'll be doing this week with your own energy, and then I'll move into the outer world. Okay, so how do I shuffle this? Spirit, this reading is for group 1. Please and thank you. Can we just have a starting message? What is it that they need to hear? What is it that they need to see for this week? Just to start. Thank you. Okay. So I see this card and I think that the message is strength, okay? 3rd chakra archangel Camuel. Is there anything else we need to know to confirm this, please? Okay. I feel this is only for half of you. I'll say for half of you, I feel like you're already showing a great deal of strength and, oh, that's crooked, and possibly something having to do with courage and sight, right? But then the other half of you, what they're asking you for this week is to really stand tall in your power, because there could still be some things you're dealing with that is either an illusion in a sense of like, something isn't revealed to you yet. There could still be some illusions from other people or the situation itself. You may need to lean upon your guides and angels this week extra, basically, to help you out. So let's start getting into it here. Hold on one second. Just had to zoom out a little bit. Okay, so first let's take a look at how you'll be doing just in your own energy. I'm going to be using the tarot for this. Spirit, now I'm moving forward into just this week, please. What energies are coming towards them in self? How will they be doing? It looks like you're really going to be trying to distance yourself from some type of burden that you've been under for a very long time, and really only trying to focus on the positives and the gains and the blessings and gratitude and everything like that. And some of you, if it's relevant, you're also trying to continue to manifest something new, especially something having to do with the finances or job, like new job or, advancement in some way. And I think that you're just going to continue that. This focus is really strong. Okay, actually, there's the word. They're showing that strength. And it is the number 3. So I'm wondering, they're asking you to maybe stand tall in your solar plexus chakra this week in that courage. The Ace of Pentacles being here, it does kind of feel like it's this leading energy for the week. I do think that it bodes well for the full week. I do think that you're going to be in the positive energy and creating more of it as well. And then we'll see how your environmental energy will be as well. But let's see. What else do we need to know just for their self energy? Thank you. Same kind of thing here with the Chariot and the King of Wands. Definitely you're in your power here, or at least you're trying your very, very best to be in your power. And with the Chariot, it's again showing this sort of determination that you're really trying to not get knocked down by either a person or a situation or even yourself. The focus is there. I saw that right from the very beginning with the Three of Wands, how you're really trying to just look into the future and have a almost like a focal point and just trying to move forward towards that. Okay, so I think that you'll definitely be successful. We're only looking into this week, so this week I do think is going to be strong. It's going to remain strong. Is there anything else that they need to know just for self and how they'll be doing or feeling this week energy-wise? Thank you. I do think you have to still look out for burdens or the tendency to feel burdened in general, because it does tend to be a cycle. So with the World card and the Four of Swords, I'm still seeing pretty much some calm energy. The World card makes me feel like you are protecting yourself. You will be further protected, as well as kind of just feeling ready to close up these old cycles. Like you're swiftly heading into your next energy stream, your next chapter, like the new wave of energy for you in a very positive way. I think that recently you did let go of a lot of burdens already, but they're just reminding you, hey, like stay on the path of, if anything, just keep doing what you're doing, that kind of thing. But with the Four of Swords, I do feel like it's going to be relatively calm, just for you in your own energy. And again, let's see how this goes for your outer energy, like around you, see what's going on there. Okay, so Spirit, moving forward into only this week, please, what energies are coming towards them in their outer world? Okay, Spirit, please and thank you, just this week, what do they need to know for their outer world? Is there some significant energies, events, anything to be prepared for at all? Okay, we have the same card again. Okay, this is interesting. It's going to depend on your situation, of course, but it does look like there is some relevant distance here between you and another person. I'm not sure what direction this is going. So for example, you might be wanting to put distance between yourself and someone else, but obviously it could be the opposite, that someone else is showing that distance for whatever reason. But, excuse me, if this is a physical, actual geographical distance, then that could be a different story. Like, in fact, if they're already at a distance physically, then you're actually going to be seeing the opposite, is that you're coming together. So really, it just depends on what has been your situation so far. What is it that they need to know about this, though? Because it did pop up for a reason. So let's see. I do think that someone here is really trying to figure out a truth, okay? This could be you or them. And this is tricky because the Seven of Swords, and that actually was your card from before. I take this like as pretty much the same card, deceit. It's not always like deceit in a malicious way or manipulative way. It could be just that someone here is not seeing and understanding the fullest truth just yet, because either maybe they have a blockage, maybe they have a blind spot, maybe they're not aligned, okay? But someone here is trying to figure something out. It even could be a mutual energy, maybe it's both of you. But what do we need to know about this, please? So I am finding this as a very interesting message. So if this does resonate with you, please let me know below. But all they wanted to tell you was that whatever this is and whoever this is happening to, even if it's both of you, you will have clarity. I believe Wednesday. They said Wednesday is significant for some reason. That's the funny, tricky part. I don't know why, but on Wednesday or by Wednesday, there should be clarity of mind, clarity of thought, and clarity of some type of communication. Maybe there's going to be a little bit of communication back and forth for you. Is there anything else final for that part right there? I think everything is going to be okay, so that's good to know. It's a relief. So we have the Sun card. Does still look like there's a little bit of time buffer here, so maybe just be patient if you are waiting on news or clarity or communication with this specific person. This could be a situation too. It just, again, depends on what you're going through, but everything is going to be okay. I feel the Sun card does feel like a huge relief to me. I don't know what was happening, but if it feels relieving, I'm assuming it was stressful in some way. Right? So we do see the relief there. We do see positive, open kind of energy there. Regardless of how you get there, this is, I feel, going to be the result. Okay. Thank you for that, Spirit. Anything else just this week? What energies are coming towards our group ones that they need to know or be prepared for? Okay, so this could be someone you're dealing with. Again, I don't think that this is your energy. I think I'm getting the letter C, but quite honestly, I'm not that great with letters sometimes. So this is interesting. Again, I don't know who this is. So it's supposed to be someone in your outer world, but some of you might identify with this energy. So let's see. This is someone who is really trying to figure something out in terms of a decision. So with the High Priestess, it kind of feels like this person already has a strong intuition, but for some reason they are kind of fighting with themselves. They are going up and down, back and forth, left and right. What is the right thing? I don't know if it's like inherently a difficult decision to make, or they just are indecisive within their emotions. Maybe they don't know how they actually feel about something or think about a situation or even person. So what is the purpose of this message, please? Thank you. And maybe, okay, also with this High Priestess, I'm feeling it also could be your intuitive and psychic energy that's being mentioned here. So for that reason, it feels like it's a shared psychic thing. Maybe it's a psychic connection. If it's not like a full-blown psychic and spiritual connection with someone, it could be that you really know something deep down about the situation or person. So very mysterious stuff coming through here. I'm intrigued. Definitely let me know if this resonates, because I want to know more. If you feel called, of course. So here's the conclusion, which is not really a conclusion, is that this person or this situation is still appearing to need more time, okay? So we are looking into this week, but because of the presence of the Seven of Pentacles, we are seeing that we may not know the whole and full story by this week. You know, again, this could be something having to do with alignment or this person's decision, or they just need, again, a little bit more space and time, and whether that's them or you or the situation itself. So is there anything that Group 1 does need to know further to, I guess, clarify or navigate? Well, I mean, not really. They're just indicating here that it's gonna sort of smooth itself out. It's gonna kind of work itself out. They're not really saying an outcome in the way that they did over here with the Sun card. The Temperance card, though, is still, I feel, a positive message. It's indicating that something is going to be balanced. Something is gonna be made peaceful if there was conflict, for example. Something is just gonna come into like a neutral, peaceful or stable and balanced outcome. That is what we're seeing there. And that even could be how this person's going to end up feeling as well. Is there anything else, anything further or final messages for Group 1 this week? Okay, so we have the Tower. What specifically is this Tower? This could be by Friday-ish. What is this Tower? Okay, so this is someone here, Queen of Pentacles. Could be a feminine energy in your circle, in your radar in some sense, who is going through something. So can you tell us about this, please? Yeah, I mean, that is what I am seeing here. I do feel that someone here is dealing with some kind of conflict, some kind of sudden change, something that I feel overwhelmed that or will overwhelm them. And I'm not sure how this involves you, but if you do care about this person, probably it's just you're going to just hear from them and you know, kind of, and maybe some of you have to go through them. Through this with them. With the Hierophant card here, I feel like this is protected. I feel like this situation is going to be protected and ultimately led in a positive direction, because it's kind of like saying this is all according to plan. But let's see, anything further and final with this right here? I feel like you are going to show up for this person in a very beautiful way, like nurturing way. Definitely this is, I don't know, some kind of feminine energy in your life where there's a, it does kind of feel like a family connection, but obviously that may not be like actual family, but it could be for some of you. It just seems like you're here, you're showing up for this person and just supporting them in some way. And maybe something that you end up saying is going to be helpful to them. If the roles reversed here, I mean, I don't think it is going to be, but someone here is giving a lot of supportive and spiritual words, and it's helpful. And that's pretty much it. That's all we're getting here with the Lover's card. It just shows, again, like this this loving balance, this loving type of communication, the angel watching over the both of you, and this, like, they said union, but they mean like connection in some way. Is there any final advice for them for this week in general? I mean, not really. You just, like, even on the bottom deck energy, it's like, just keep going because things are unfolding as they are meant to here. I'm not really seeing anything too out of the ordinary for you this week. If anything, things are growing, things are developing, so you just have to keep taking those steps one after the other. I would say try to be as present as possible. Try not to have too many expectations for the future, but only because there are certain things that are going to look different. They're unfolding currently, and so it might actually save you some energy to just be very present this week. I think that's it, but I still feel weirdly like I'm missing something. I don't know. If you guys want to look at any of my other past pick of cards, it could help, you know, with like getting a little bit further clarity. But yeah, you're moving on from things, and eventually, you know, you'll have some more peaceful waters, hopefully very soon. All right, so again, if you guys want a personal reading instead of this general one, the info is below. I do have some slots still open for July, but I hope this was helpful. Okay, thank you guys so much. Sending you many blessings, and I hope to see you next time, okay? Take care, bye-bye. Hey guys, this is the reading for those of you who chose group number 2, which is the block, I just called it. So we're just going to get a starting message here for the oracle, the energy oracle. Spirit, this reading is for group number 2, please and thank you. Can we just have a starting message for their week and just anything they need to hear in their highest good at this time? Spirit, for group 2, thank you. Okay, so we have woman holding a heart. So perhaps this week it might end up being incredibly peaceful and healing for you, okay? If you've already been working on healing yourself, especially of the heart space, emotional wounds, traumas, stuff with love, you know, issues with love and whatever, like relationships, I mean, this week could be really good for you. I do feel like an overwhelming and overflowing amount of healing through the heart chakra space. So that's nice, and it is the number 44, so it does show us some balance there. I only feel called to get just that one card for you, so I am going to just leave it at that. So for your energy this week, I'm going to start there and see how you'll be doing and feeling, and then after that I'll get the outer world, see what you have to be maybe prepared for. Okay, Spirit, moving forward into just this week, can you tell us what energies are coming towards them in the area of self, please, for group 2? And you did pick the option that's the most stable. It just brings that energy of stability and calmness to me, I think. So we have Knight of Cups, Page of Pentacles, looking pretty good. Okay, I don't know. These were 2 at a time. Let's see. All right, so yeah, we're looking pretty good. I mean, overall, I am still seeing that stability, as I mentioned. Here with the 3 of Pentacles, I was drawn to this because of just your guides, just kind of seeing a level of support there. They also said something about maybe interaction, like interacting with either something spiritual or like 3D human beings and stuff, relevant this week, maybe like around Thursday. So maybe I'll get back to that. But we're starting off good. You know, I see you here just going with the flow, going forward, staying in your optimism. They also said something about like high hopes. With the 2 of Wands, I'm still feeling that this is good. Like it's a card that shows you walking towards your future, feeling like your head is being held high. So I think that there is going to be more confidence in that sense, not like confidence that you need to, like, I don't know, do something in the spotlight type of confidence. This is confidence where you really feel good just within yourself. With the Page of Swords, I'm still feeling it's relevant here that there will be more information, more clarity. If you have clair abilities, like psychic abilities, there's going to be a lot of involvement there. And if you feel like you don't have that, it's still happening. I feel like it's still going to be any kind of information coming through that will help to provide you with clarity, good ideas, and direction. So yeah, like I said, this is looking really good. Is there any other considerations here for this week and how they'll be doing and just the energy of self? I believe they said with the Three of Pentacles something about building trust. And then we have here the Hanged Man, kind of clarifying that card. Well, and this card as well. It does feel like this is the classic message of surrender. Like if you surrender things you cannot control, especially things having to do with the future, this is really sometimes the only thing we can do. So this does mean we have to surrender, let go, and trust whatever is meant to fall into place. But I also was feeling this is relevant with someone, like an actual person. Maybe it'll come through in the next spread. I don't know if like you're trying to build trust with someone or you're trying to have someone build trust with you. Like I said, we'll see in the next one. Anything final here? I believe that is it. Then towards the end of this week, going into the next week, this is around Friday. So here with the Moon card, this kind of does deepen the message that I saw with clarity, because this is the type of information that hits you from underneath. It's like this is the subconscious or the unconscious energies. So there could be some interesting activity that's happening for you. For some of you, I would say like around the sleep and dreams, or even right when you're falling asleep. It could happen right at that moment. That's all they'll tell me. So it's still coming. It's still kind of working itself through. I don't know. These things are very strange. They happen in layers, and I don't know. It every step of the way it gets clearer and clearer. Okay, Spirit, now I'm moving forward, please. What energies are coming towards them in their outer world? Is there anything that they need to be prepared for? Anything that they need to know in regards to their outer world? Group 2, thank you. Okay. So we have 10 of Pentacles, 4 of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Empress. Okay. I'm not entirely sure about like who this is talking about. So what is the clarification here, please? So for some of you, there could be someone here that you're involved with, or someone that's generally in your energy. Some of you, it could be directly a family member because of the 10 of Pentacles being there, or maybe someone from work. But I'm wondering why this person, if this is in fact a person, that's what I'm going for, they're showing up here twice. So what's the purpose of knowing about this person twice? Is this like, I don't know who this is for you, but this is a powerful feminine presence here. I'm not sure if this is someone that you've been trying to help, and maybe they're finally reaching some type of success, but it's taken a while. It could be. If this is in fact someone in your energy field. It just seems like it took a while, but this person is kind of rising up a bit. Some of you, it could show itself as this person is trying to create some distance between you, but I'm kind of seeing it more like this person is rising up higher and trying to really work towards something. They're finally enacting some change in their lives. And you over here, I feel like this is probably your energy this time around. I feel like you're probably thinking, okay, I can finally step back a little bit, and this person can kind of, just basically kind of walk their path with that confidence by themselves, in a sense. So maybe that's it. Is there any other reason why this is coming? I'm not getting a strong message from this, but let's see. But they said it for a reason. What's the message here, please? I do feel like some of you might have needed to hear that it is time to step back now and to feel okay about it, perhaps. And even if you feel like this person hasn't had success yet, I think that this is a little bit of a foreshadowing here, that they're trying to tell you that this person is going to be successful with something that they've been working towards. And whether or not you grow closer to this person or farther apart, that is entirely your choice. And so I think that that might be why they're showing this to you. So it's hard to say. It kind of felt like this person, it kind of felt a little bit like self-serving energy, but I'm not entirely sure. So let's get back to it, see what else. Is there anything else moving forward into just this week? What energies are coming towards them in their outer world? Is there any other events or connections we need to know about this week for group 2? Oh my God. She's back. Okay, let's see if it's the same message. Again, I feel like this is the same message, but if this is not with a person, it could be an environmental thing. So we are seeing here that some painful, heavy, negative cycle of some sort could have been even an emotional cycle too, is going to be coming to an end. And the good news is with the 4 of Wands that something is going to be balanced. Something is going to be more harmonious. So if you do either live with this person or have like a friend group with this person or you work with this person, the environment itself should be more peaceful this week. So that's always nice to know. I'm seeing if this is you, because it kind of feels like your energy this time. You are keeping a little bit of a healthy distance from this person. You're not getting entangled. You're not, I guess, like no one's overstepping their boundaries here, and it is going to continue forward like this, at least for the meantime. So is there any other advice that you have for them regarding this? Well, I mean, the advice is just to continue on your path. So this was more for their path before. I feel like you're being called to refocus your energies on whatever it was that you were working towards and that was important to you. So here I feel this week you're going to feel fully free to do that. Maybe before you had a little bit of guilt or whatever it was, but here this week I feel like you're gonna be feeling free to do this, to move back to whatever it was you were focusing on. Any other messages about this week in their outer world? What energies are coming towards them? So here we have the Fool. This could be a little bit more towards the end of the week. There should be some freeing or new energy. Let's see, what is this, please? So you see how my cards land intuitively? I promise I'm not the person who's putting it down. It just flows with this energy. It's slanting to the right, which I find a little odd. I'm wondering if maybe this is potential energy or there's something here. What is this, please? But it does look quite prosperous, and I think that what they're getting at here is that this is going to be your choice, okay? There could be a situation this week, if you're open to it perhaps, if maybe you've already been manifesting it or you just say yes to something. It does look like it involves other people, could be some type of a social thing. I can't really tell you how it's going to turn out, but I'm still seeing that at least the opportunity is here, because I feel like it's a different scenario for everybody. And I'm glad I said that, because we have the 7 of Swords here. So this is why I was a little iffy. I was like, what's going on with these cards? So this is not always a bad thing, of course, but the 7 of Swords is showing us that there's not the full picture out just yet. There could be some things to learn. There could be some, things that need to clear up and to come into the light. So what is, okay, how can group 2 be best prepared for this potential energy, please? I feel like that's a fair question. I hope it is. All right. Okay, so how you can best be prepared. We have the Devil card here. You probably have already dealt with this type of energy. This is pretty much quite dark energy, negative energy, something that has been burdensome to you in the past. But I feel like because of that, you definitely know what to look out for. You know what the signs are if it involves another person, okay? So to best prepare for this, and I would tell you the outcome, but in a general reading, I can't really, because it is going to depend on your path. So what the advice is, though, for everybody is you have to watch out for the signs. This is the devil card, and it's almost like, you know how there's negative energy or toxic people or trouble, and you can kind of smell it from a mile away. That's kind of what they're saying here. You know what to look for in signs. You know that your intuition was right about a lot of things that may have occurred in the past. So all you have to do this time around is just trust that. And if you do see any whiff of that negative energy or person or situation, to trust that. Like, I know it sounds simple, but it may not always be if you're in the moment of it, right? So this energy is real and recognizable to you at this point. The reason why they're bringing it up to you now is because I think that this here is not going to be the only time or opportunity that you'll ever have for this type of I guess like opportunity. It's going to happen again and again. So the reason they're bringing this up this week is because this is going to be a representation of many different decisions you'll have to make, whether it's like starting something new, taking a risk, meeting someone new. They're reminding you, hey, just pay attention, just look for the signs, look for like red flags, for example, and just trust that. Okay. And if you do that, you're going to be fine. Like it's going to work for you. So is there anything we can know about this energy and maybe some outcomes, just any advice or anything coming towards group 2? Thank you. Okay. I mean, they didn't really give us an answer, but with the Judgment card, we are seeing that you're protected. We are seeing that you're actively learning lessons and gaining psychic information and downloads from the higher ups and from your higher self and everything. So regardless, it's going to strengthen you. So that's nice. But is there anything more for just this week? Okay, so we have the Chariot and we have the Five of Cups. I'm still getting a little bit of that split message. Some of you are just going to go forth and, it could still be something really worthwhile and very interesting to you. But then others of you, kind of, again, depending, that's why I couldn't come up with an outcome. See, I'm glad I said that because this is totally 50-50. So it is going to be up to you to decide. So for half of you, I feel like it's going to lead to some place that you'd like to continue forward and be positive. But the other half of you with the Five of Cups, it could be disappointing, depending on what it is. But remember, the point of it is not to know the future. The point of it is to live your life in the best way that you can, make decisions based on what feels right to you, and also learn from them. So that's what's happening here with the Judgment card, is that you're acquiring that learning, you're acquiring these downloads, and they will always strengthen you. It's just obviously like not easy to get through. Any final messages of what's happening for them this week? See, this is essentially the same thing. We have the Ten of Pentacles and the Three of Swords coming out together here. So I feel like this is more of a message of what you're building towards. Like, I think that a lot of you are gaining a lot of success with building a sense of stability, emotional stability, financial stability, or in other ways with other people, and kind of just really trying to once and for all heal whatever's going on here in the heaviness of the heart space. So if you are already working on healing, which I should bring back, this was your card, right? So this was your card. So remember, you are going to be doing very well with the healing of the heart space. So this should be lightened, okay, this week, especially into next week. You're going to feel a big burden lifting off of your chest. Some of you, that might even be literally physically, that you'll be feeling better within that area. Final message and advice for group 2. Thank you. So here with the Four of Cups, and it being the number 4, it does make me feel like, again, heart chakra perhaps, and something still not entirely being ready to be opened yet or unblocked yet, or something, whether this is you or even someone that you're dealing with. But you don't have to rush. Like, just do whatever feels right for you. Like I said, this week should still be eventful in many ways. And if you do need further clarification for like an actual event, let's say, or something coming up, please check out my other pick of cards. Of course, if you want a personal reading, you can do that. The info is below. That's not really advice though, but can we just have one final advice? Thank you. Okay, I figured they would say this. Like, my guides, they know. They kind of always give me this message, honestly. So the Hanged Man is surrender. Surrender things you can't control. Let go of things that don't serve you. I know it's not easy. I know that. Trust me, I do. But that is their reminder. That's their reminder that if you just let them do their thing, if you continue with your path ahead, hopefully things will align and work out. And pretty much that's all we can do right now. This is a to be continued kind of a vibe for me, but I hope that some of this made sense. I hope it was helpful, and I do hope that it resonated for the most part. Okay, if anything, let me know below. I guess that's all I have for you today in group 2. Hopefully I do another one next week and we can see how things progress. But thank you guys so much. I hope you have a good week, all things considered here, and let me know. Okay, so I will see you then. Take care. Bye-bye. Hey guys, this is the reading for those of you who chose group number 3, which is the Palm Stone. So let's just get a starting message for you from this energy oracle, and then I'll move into tarot to get your energy. Spirit, this reading is for group 3. Please and thank you, Palm Stone group. Can we just have a starting message for them in their highest good to know this week? Just a starting message, how they'll be doing this week. What do they need to hear right now, please? Okay, so you got 2 cards. You got the Goddess of the Moon, Angel of Strength. The way that I'm seeing this message as these 2 cards are paired together is that I believe your psychic ability or intuition is going to be extremely strong this week and ultra high powered for whatever reason. I don't know if it's because of something within your astrology or something within the planets now, but for whatever reason, this is happening, I believe, for you this week. It might have already happened in some way where you were receiving some, it could have even felt like a bizarre thing. So that is happening. Is there any clarity that we can have for this, please? So the reason why they're bringing this up now is because some of you already have the gift of you're able to, I guess, like kind of sense when certain things are about to happen, especially if it's something negative. But then here with this Storm Warning card, but then over here with the Angel of Balance, that also shows the way that things work out and their outcomes, and like this is obviously more peaceful. So I think that they're just trying to bring this to your attention. I don't know if you've ever watched my readings for like what are your psychic abilities, what are your magical gifts, whatever the title was. I believe that you have this ability. I don't know if it's like the term, we'll label it as precognition or clair, whatever, like any of the clairs. But they brought this up. And I think that for this week, there is something significant that is going to be happening to you in your psychic ability realm. So I'm going to put these here and just see how this reflects into your energy with the tarot for just how you'll be doing and feeling. This is your energy and self, spirit. Now I'm moving forward into just this week. What energies are coming towards them in the area of self, please? Our group 3 Palm Stone. Just within self, how will they be doing? Thank you. This is pretty much the same exact kind of a thing, because remember before we got the Goddess of the Moon, really, really similar. So I am gonna say that something's shifting in your ability, something shifting within your frequency. So this could be really exciting. This could be the whole new beginning of your spiritual development, I'll say. What else, please? What can we know here? It's a little mysterious. What can we know? Well, they did say that something within your own intuition and your own, I guess, vision is definitely going to be opening up. They kind of said something about being revealed. You can see even the similarities of these 2 cards. We have the moon in both cards, and then the water, which can often represent subconscious or unconscious information or energies, that sort of thing. It could represent your own on, you know, subconscious with like dreams, let's say, as well. And this is, I think, going to be very beneficial to you, because when I see the Justice card, I just think of balance and peace and something coming into a balance. It could be problems that you've had in your life with regard to this. Let's say you didn't have certain insight before. Let's say that certain things were blocked from you. It's going to start to get better. It's going to start to kind of like even out. And it is going to really benefit you for the long term. You can see here with the Ten of Cups here. I often see that card and I think of outcomes. I think of like a little bit of the future. You know, it looks like this happy ending kind of fulfillment kind of a card. And so this is really good news. So I'm not sure how individually you'll feel about this, because people can have different responses to their abilities becoming enhanced and heightened. I mean, I think this is good news. I always crave magical things. But some of you, if you feel a little bit nervous about this, I understand. Kind of just, maybe just go slowly and take it step by step here. But I feel it's a good thing. So here with the King of Cups and the Three of Swords, and this is the area of self we're looking at here, I do think that if you do feel a bit nervous or, you know, kind of hesitant in this message, I think it's because of this. The Three of Swords is showing up here as there are still wounds that maybe you're holding or working through. And the thing about the King of Cups is that I see this card and I think of emotional balance, and they even say like master of emotions. It's very hard to do, obviously. But I think that what's needed here is to continue to do that, to work with healing yourself, especially through your emotions, your deeper emotions of where this may have stemmed from, because that is going to be deeply related to your psychic ability and your ability to control all of this, or to at least like navigate this and maneuver this, because it is really closely related, you know, unconscious, subconscious, psychic stuff, and then emotions. It's both energy, I think. So that's what I think is kind of being highlighted here for you. Anything else I need to know for self, and then we'll get the outer world. So here's the good news. Even by this week, you're going to be feeling really good. I feel you're going to understand something about yourself in a different way. Maybe there was some insights, even like in a sort of more mental health version of ways. And there will be some sort of deeper healing, and they said something about like either harmony or neutrality that you're feeling, either with yourself or like with some significant and even severe issue that you've had to deal with for a long time. So you're going to have a lot of success this week from whatever that was for you. So this is huge. This is big. This is not just a weekly reading. This is definitely something having to do with your spiritual development. Really big news here, and it is going very nicely. So like I said, you know, just really try to take this one step at a time. This is a lot to take in, this type of message, but I think it's working for you, and again, I think it'll pan out very, very nicely. So in terms of your outer world, this was kind of already a lot to, you know, hopefully the outer world won't be too crazy. Let's take a look. Spirit, moving forward into just this week, what energies are coming towards our group 3 in the outer world? Do they need to know anything? Be prepared for anything with events or people? Thank you. Looking good. There could be something that is not answered for you this week because it's just not ready yet. This, whatever that is, it could be feeling like it's in limbo a little bit, but you know, we'll see what's going on. But so far we're looking really good. I am seeing stability, I'm seeing support, I'm seeing a general positive vibration. If not from like, it doesn't have to be from every single person you encounter, but this is saying where it matters is what they're kind of hinting at there. The Fool card is good. We have freedom, we have like a fresh energy, kind of like feeling ready to take on things. And with the World card, similar feeling. It's like you're kind of closing up those old cycles. You're just focusing on whatever you need to focus on, and it's looking really good. Anything else they need to know about in their outer world this week? Okay, so going back to what I said about something being in limbo, there could still be some things that need to be aligned. Some of you, it could look like it could appear as though the situation has conflict within it, or disagreements, or misalignment. But that actually has a reason. It's actually because something is being worked out beyond the 3D surface. So whether it's like, something in the 5D is being worked out with like the higher up powers, or it's something even within your own subconscious that's relevant here, or someone's subconscious could be relevant here. Is this going to be resolved this week? Whatever is this conflict that they're seeing, is it going to be resolved this week? Thank you. Well, maybe not necessarily this week, because the moon card is still showing us that something needs to be revealed, needs to be, come to the light, sort of a thing, and resolved. And for that reason, they're saying like, not yet. Like if there is some obvious conflict in your situation this week, we're still probably going to need a little bit of time to sort something out. I get the impression that this is not necessarily like your problem or issue, although I could be very wrong about that. But I think that what they're saying with this is that this doesn't have to affect you in the way that maybe you think it needs to. I feel like with how well you're doing with your spiritual development, that you're going to be clearing yourself of some of this energy. Here, it really just shows, just being patient with it, letting it kind of fix itself. Well, not fix itself, but like unfold in the way that it was meant to. Any other messages or advice about this, please? Yeah, I mean, I that's kind of it. Here with the Hierophant, it kind of feels like they were saying something like, leave this to the higher powers, or something kind of like that. Leave it in God's hands is kind of how they phrased it, but I say like, leave it to the higher ups, kind of a thing. And you won't really have to do much, especially if you let this unfold. You'll see that for yourself as well. Always follow your intuition, please. You don't have to ever listen to me or any other reader. Just do what feels right to you. Any final messages of what's coming towards them this week? Anything come up that they need to be prepared for or know about? More balance, okay? More balance, and something writing itself, like not writing like with a pencil. I'm talking like something is making itself right, is kind of how they phrased it. But this also has to do with the future. So I feel like the future is looking really good because of how things are working themselves out in the present. So any other final messages, anything coming towards them this week? Is this coming out? I don't think so. I think it's looking pretty solid, so maybe just, continue with that. Let's leave it there, because I don't, I think it's good. Just like really continue with what you're doing, with whatever is working for you. Again, something is still unfolding and needing a bit more time, but there should be some opportunities for you, especially in the beginning of the week, whether it's like already today or the first half of the week, where there should be some nice and fresh new opportunities, whether it's like talking to a new individual in your radar, like something new at work, something new in your personal life, some opportunity to get closer with like a loved one or a family member. There's some good opportunities here towards the beginning of the week that you can take advantage of, but that kind of is just more so what you make of it, because it's, whatever you choose. But other than that, remember, your powers are growing. That really struck me. Your individual powers are growing. So if that interests you, you can check out my pick of cards I've done for what are your magical abilities. You should be able to just leaf through the videos and find it there. But if you do want a personal reading for anything, the info for that is below. I do have some slots still open for July. I guess we'll leave it there. So looking good. Group 3. So I hope this was helpful. I hope it resonated for you. But thank you guys so much. And I hope to see you next time, okay? I will see you then. Take care. Bye-bye. Hey everyone, this is the reading for those of you who chose group number 4, which is the little mini rod. So let's get into it. This is just for a starting message, the Energy Oracle. Spirit, this reading is for group 4. Please and thank you. What is your message for them in their highest good? What do they need to know? Or what do they need to hear right now? Please and thank you. Just a starting message for group 4. Okay, so very high vibrational energy here. 7th chakra, Archangel Uriel, is that how you say her? And anything else? We have man holding a heart. Okay, obviously this is really going to depend on your situation. What is the purpose of this message, please? I think one of the other groups got this card. They didn't get the other ones though, and I think it's the same message. I feel they're talking about something strengthening. Now, I'm not sure your situation, but it does look like there could be some psychic strengthening in some way, whether this is with some kind of it could be a connection with someone else. It could be a connection with yourself and your higher self. But there also could be some element of healing that is involved here. And I just think of that when I think of the heart. Real quick, just as a side note, if you were drawn to any of the other groups just for this week, like if you happen to be drawn to a different group, please watch that one. I just wanted to mention that. So we're going to put these aside for a minute. This also could be talking about your angels and guides being a very powerful force for you this week. You may need to work with them extra for something. Like if you're working on some, I guess you can call it betterment of self, they are going to really be key this week in helping you out through that. So first we're going to see how you'll be doing this week. Spirit, now and moving forward into only this week, just this week. What energies are coming towards group 4 in the area of self, and how will they be doing? Okay. So it's looking really promising, okay? The first 2 cards kind of feels like a little bit of you and how you talk to yourself, or kind of, I guess I should say, like, deal with yourself. I don't know, that's how they phrased it. So it looks like you are allowing yourself to have some type of creativity or joy or self-love or support, something like that. And you are going to be using this, and you're going to be moving forward with this. The star card is very hopeful. It does show a lot of vision and some type of fulfillment, spiritual, mental fulfillment. It also shows peace and an overall hopefulness and faith towards yourself and your whole situation. So I don't know how you felt last week, but I feel like this week is giving me a vibe of like a lot more hopefulness, a lot more like relieving and peaceful energy. And with the 8 of Pentacles, it makes me feel like you're going to continue, because I feel like you're already doing this, to work really hard on your actual, like, tangible goals. Not like the spiritual stuff, but like the stuff that's, like, you know, tangible. So you're going to be continuing that. You're going to be making strides with that. Anything else they need to know for this week? I do feel like this one, there's something that you're really trying hard to, like, basically just be done with. Like, you really want to stop this. Like, I don't know what this is for you individually, but it feels like something has been weighing you down. Maybe it's a thought process, a belief, a preoccupation with something. Maybe it's something outside of yourself, but you want to be done with this. And I feel like that's actually where you might need the help. When I mentioned the guides and the angels, ask them specifically to take that burden, like to take it. Please take this burden, you know, I'm open to releasing this burden, something like that, and that should help. You're gaining traction here, you're climbing the mountain here, sort of a feeling, gaining that strength, and obviously being quite persistent about it as well. So this is interesting. This is a little bit more towards, well, the end of the week-ish. This is more like Thursday. I feel like there's something here that wants to open up and flow for you. Now, if it's not you, if you feel like this doesn't resonate, this is someone in your heart energy. So it's either you or that vibe. I feel like there's a lot of energy going on here, first of all. I feel like someone here is having their heart chakra as like an open channel for energy or information. That's what I'm feeling. I don't know if it's fully opened. I don't think it is. I think that something needs to open up to come through. I don't know if maybe somebody here is blocking off this deliberately, or they are unaware that they're doing this, but like for the past few moments, I've had my right hand on my heart chakra. I don't typically do that in my readings, so something big is going on here with this chakra for someone. So what is the message? Why are they receiving this, please? So the Magician and the High Priestess. This is just a double whammy of power. That's how I'm seeing this. This is a lot of power. I mean, this is going to depend on what's going on for you guys, but it feels like... I don't know if maybe something's relevant in your situation where you walked away from someone or someone walked away from you, or it could be a situational thing. And they're not revealing the ending here. They're not revealing it just yet because this is still on its way. That actually I'm noticing is a theme. Like all of the groups kind of got that same vibe where like there's a lot of psychic and spiritual energy and downloads and integrations going on this week, I think, for whatever reason. And it's still happening. So it still needs to kind of open up a bit more. So the only other final thing I'm seeing here is that someone is dealing with the devil energy. So I do think that fears are going to be relevant. And I believe you guys just got some nice thunder in the background. That's the first of this entire video. That was kind of spooky. I think that's what that was. It's a little scary that happened. So that is what I think is happening here. Someone is feeling quite blocked off due to fear, emotional fear specifically, okay? So this is to be continued, but just know that this energy as a whole is still in your aura. It's still something that either you're going to be dealing with directly because this is you, or you're going to be feeling the energy sort of like, I don't know if it's like residue, generally, because this is something that's happening around you. So that being said, let's see if your outer world is going to be affected, because that's honestly what this is getting into, because I was just trying to see how you'll be doing. So let's see outer world. Spirit, now and moving forward, please, what energies are coming towards our group 4 in their outer world? Do they need to be prepared for anything? Do they need to know anything? Okay, so good so far. So there could be something relevant to Wednesday with the Ace of Pentacles. Can you tell us about what's going on with that Ace of Pentacles and the timing as well? I'm inclined to say that it is, like, I was a little iffy about that Ace of Pentacles. I had a feeling, and maybe it's just that there's something still being revealed, but Ace of Pentacles did feel like Wednesday-ish, where there was something happening maybe within your finances or within work area, if it resonates. So is there any outcome we can know about here? So I believe that the reason why I'm hesitating with this card is because this feels like it's something within yourself. I'm trying to get the outer world for you, but it kind of made me feel like this is your decision almost. So let's say in the first part of this week, you might be feeling some different energy for yourself with regard to finances or work or something physical, such as environmental energies. So what I think is happening here is that intuition we spoke of. I think that it's really blossoming this week for you but first with this specific area. It may not be entirely, but I'm seeing it with this specific area. It looks like you are trying to sincerely close a cycle, especially with this particular area, and you are trying to follow what you feel is meant to be right for you, especially like what is right for me in my path, what is right for me within my soul, something like that. And you will be successful. I think by like Thursday-ish, you're going to have some clarity which will manifest into your outer world as either a mention of something, a full-blown opportunity for something, or in general, something that gives you a sign that this is correct, that this is right for you, that it feels right for you, okay? So that was all kind of jumbled. I was surprised there. Spirit, what else is happening for them this week in their outer world that they need to know about? This is a similar thing with the Eight of Swords. It looks like you're freeing yourself in some way from an environmental stressor or restriction and just kind of moving forward. And it's not like you had to kind of like burst free of something. It feels more like you just kind of gently glided your way out of it. So there could be a situation this week that you're going to get yourself out of, that you're going to maybe even back out of, or, you know, just kind of go with the flow and not get stuck in it, not be kept there. Anything else, please? And I am trying to talk a little louder because the rain started. I don't know if that matters, but Two of Cups and the Hanged Man. Now finally what we're seeing over here, maybe this is you and someone you're dealing with. And maybe there is something that's kind of left hanging a little bit. So what do we need to know? What is the advice? Okay, I have deja vu. I feel like I've said this to you guys before, all right? Someone here still has to make a decision. Now, specifically, they said someone has to make a decision to move forward or in terms of what direction they want to go. So obviously, if this is you, you know, the only thing that you can do there is, you know, ponder upon this, ask your guides for guidance, trust your own intuition, but that's pretty much it. If this is someone else, then the only thing that I suppose that you could do is just give the freedom for them to have that space, like to have that space to decide. If it's not an actual person, this is a situation itself, this does seem like you would still benefit from having a clarity of that decision if you can, I guess, think of one this week. And if you can't, then it still needs time. I mean, it's really that simple sometimes, but it's not easy. So we have the Death card. It does seem like this is a bigger decision than just, you know, it's not just like the simple thing. The Death card has a weight to it. It feels like it has this, not burden exactly, but there is a weight to this decision. And it's really not something anybody can do lightly. So okay, so what does that mean, please? Well, maybe because it is going to require change. For some of you, it could even be a sudden change and a very intense change and shift. And so that's why it's been quite difficult. Again, this could be you or someone in your radar. And it also could involve perhaps a loss of some kind, you know, like maybe a releasing or generally letting go of something. And again, none of these things are easy to do. So all of this is still being decided, but some of you may already know the answer. If you already know the answer, you can take action as soon as this week, if you choose. It is not for anyone else to decide except you. With the Judgment card, I'm still feeling the same messages relevant from before. This is where your guides are going to shine. They're going to come through with some really great support for you this week. A really big sign in the sky for you in the daytime, or a sign as a dream at night, you know, so they're going to come through for you, and it's going to really be helpful. Try to call upon them, though, to kind of kickstart that. Any other final messages as to what's coming towards them this week, or any final advice for this? I feel ultimately you will figure out exactly what you need to do and what you truly want. And that ultimately you will overcome that Five of Swords card, which is talking about some of the conflicts and battles along the way. But I do think that you're going to know exactly where you need to be and what you have to do, what you have to clear to get to your success. And that also goes for whoever it is that could be in your energy. I feel like they're going to figure it out as well. Can we have a final message for them for this week? Just any other final guidance message? Group 4. Well, it feels like you're still kind of seated in your place, kind of staying in one place, maybe protecting your energy. I do feel you're going to kind of get tired of that, because here it feels like you're just so tired of like blocking yourself, or like, not to say you're tired of holding your arms up, like you might be tired of like the blockages around you as well. And so I think that you're going to get tired of that soon. You're going to allow yourself to rest. If the opportunity arises to rest yourself, mind, body, spirit in any way this week, please take it. It's going to be helpful, okay? Other than that, I mean, again, all of the groups here today, it just seems like there's still something coming. I don't know if you guys feel it. Maybe I'm just, imagining things, but I feel like something is still growing and developing, and will reveal itself soon in terms of these shifts, but I guess we'll see. So I hope that this was helpful. If you guys want instead a personal reading to clarify some things, the link is below. I should still have slots open for July, but if anything, check out my old pick of cards. Thank you guys so much. I hope this was helpful. Please let me know. But otherwise, I will see you in the next reading, okay? Take care. Bye-bye.